Okay, kids. So we have just a couple minutes here. So just kind of closing things up for the evening. That's yeah. That we need more stories like that, kids. We need more stories like that. Telling how family medicine can make a difference. How it can make a difference in your community. How it can make a difference from a state level. How it can make a difference at the national level. And if you people out there, if you have stories like this, just go to familymedicinerocks.com, drop me a note, let me know what's going on. One of the ways I want to utilize this show, is to spread the message of family medicine. That we are the solution to the nation's broken healthcare system. We have the numbers. We have the numbers that we give better care. We have the numbers that we save money. We have the numbers that we give better patient and provider and physician satisfaction. We have those numbers. There doesn't have to be any more studies. It's proven. So we just have to, continue to get the ear of those in power, basically legislators or anybody else, and saying, hey, we have the solution. We have the patient-centered medical home. We have relationships with patients. And this is why, we have the solution for it. And it's tough. It's tough out there. People are complaining about this. People are complaining about that, and it's hard to get that message out there because the traditional media, likes to talk about bad news. Lots of talk about negativity. That's what pushes ratings. That's what pushes newspapers. That's what gets attention. But I really know that there are great stories out there about family docs, about family physicians, about communities that are doing great stuff, to give good quality patient care. And we need to get those stories out there. We need to spread the story of family medicine. We need to get that out there using social media. That's one of my passions, is to get that story out there, because I don't think that it is out there enough. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think that family medicine has really let other people tell our story over the past few decades. And I want to change that. I want to help change that. I want to help tell medical students that, hey, you are good enough to be a family physician. You're not too dumb. You're not too smart. You're not too distracted. You're not too this. You're not too that. That's what family medicine is about. It's about relationships. It's about giving quality care. And we should be recognized for that. We should be compensated for that. We should be paid for that. That is my message here. And we need to do that. We need to do that more. We need to do that more than we are now. I'm going to be talking about this, at the AFP National Conference of Special Constituencies. I'm going to be talking about that at the AFP National Conference of Family Medicine Residents and Medical Students. I'll be talking to anybody who will listen to me, even if it's just me. And it's going to come along, kids. You got to keep the faith. You got to keep the faith out there, kids. It's going to get better, but we have to be proactive. We can't be reactive. We have to get out there and toot our own horn. I know family medicine, family physicians don't tend to do that, but we need to do that. And if we don't do that, if family medicine, if family physicians cannot be advocates for ourselves, then who will do that? Nobody will do that. We need to do that. Stories like this tonight, inspire me to continue the fight, and inspire me to continue our message out there, because I know that we will make it. I know that we will be able at some point to make a major difference. We're making some, small differences here and there and everywhere in small communities around this great nation and around the world. But at some point, I know it's out there. We are going to make a huge difference. We just got to keep working on it. We just can't, let them win, whoever they are. We have to get together. We have to, work together to do that. And, I'm hoping that, my website, this show, other family medicine, social media friends, will help that. I feel it happening. I've been doing this for, 6 years now, but I really feel the tide turning, using social media to get our story out there. I think this is going to be a huge year in politics. I think family medicine, has a role in that. We should, take a bigger role in that, and this is our chance to make that kind of impact. That's all I have for you, kids. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank to my guest, Dr. Pinocchio Yogi from Bakersfield, California. Continue that fight out there, friends. We got to do it. We got to carry on the torch. We got to do this for our patients. We got to do this for our communities. We got to do this for our nation. My name is Mike Sevilla. Have a great week, everybody. Hey, I didn't even get to talk about match day. Maybe I'll do that on the next show. Go to FamilyMedicineRocks.com. Hey, like the Facebook page for this show. And, hey, keep your chin up, kids. It's going to get better. We are going to do it. Have a great week, and we will talk to you all very soon. Good night, everybody.